state, and they are things that I am very, very proud of. One is, of course, the anti-bullying bill, which I apparently, because I was born in Buffalo, grew up in Florida, I would say I have to now enunciate bullying, because people would ask me, well, what's your problem with bowling? I have no problem with bowling, but I have a big problem with bullying. The genesis of the bullying bill for me was that there was a young man, 11-year-old, in DeKalb County. I represent part of DeKalb County, the Brookhaven area. A young man in DeKalb County who was bullied, 11-year-old elementary school student who ultimately committed suicide. And some constituents approached me to take a look at the issue. And I did take a look at the issue. I looked at the state's existing statute and saw that it was inadequate. It was so inadequate, in fact, that the Jahim Herrera situation was not even covered by the existing law. It only applied to grades 6 through 12. The new law applies to grades K through 12. I see Vincent Fort back there too. Vincent also helped pass this legislation, so I want to the current law didn't even apply to the Jahim Herrera situation. So it was, and the definition of bullying was terrible. The law needed to be updated. So I took on the project. And I was going to get that done come hell or high water in the 2010 session of the General Assembly. It almost took hell or high water, but we got it done. It includes a more comprehensive definition of what bullying is. For the first time in Georgia law, it recognizes that bullying can occur over the internet, cyberbullying. It requires, the old law didn't do this. This was unbelievable to me. It requires students, the parents of students involved in a bullying incident, both the bully and the bullied, to be notified. There wasn't even a requirement in the law that the parents be notified. That is now in the law, and it also requires the State Department of Education to promulgate a model anti-bullying policy by the beginning of next year with very specific requirements as to what has to be in that model policy, and then requires every school district in the state of Georgia, every city school district, every county school district, in all 159 counties in the state of Georgia to revisit their anti-bullying policies after the Department of Education promulgates a model policy for them to follow by the middle of 2011. And if they don't do that, they will lose state funding. So there are significant consequences to local school districts not enforcing the new anti-bullying law. And I am very proud that we got it done. We only got it done with 99 votes in the State House. It takes 91 votes to pass a bill. I believe at a very fundamental level that all hardworking, tax-paying Georgia citizens should be treated equally in the eyes of the law and should be treated with dignity in the eyes of the law. And to me, that extends to marriage. To me, that extends to the LGBT community. And I want you to know that everything I do in the General Assembly until the end of my time as a state legislator, and by the way, that's probably where my public service will end, until the end of my time as a state legislator, I will always, always, always work for this community, working through that prism and that view of the issues. I promise you that. Thank you very much.